in a bathroom there's never enough space to put things, so our customer today has asked us to put or bond a glass shelf onto the mirror in this bathroom situation. So what we're going to do, we're going to bond a glass mirror like such, and then another one below it. What we're going to do is come down from the top. I'll just make some guidelines here. We're going to come down about 100 mil, 4 inches. Okay, that gives me some kind of an idea. That's where our shelf's going to be. Now we're going to use our light shelf, our Nano470 light shelf here. A device that we've come up with, and all we're going to cure it with is a standard white fluorescent tube, T5, 14 watt white fluorescent tube, and using our Nano470 White Light High Strength Adhesive. This is the same adhesive that we've used with our other demonstrations with super high strength using white lights, so we're going to have no problems at all holding weight of any of the bathroom items on the mirror here. We have 2 suction caps and 4 nylon stabilising bolts. What we're going to do is wind down our stabilising bolts. These bolts will be used for levelling the light shelf into position later. But first we'll just wind them down so they don't interfere with the suction caps bonding to the glass. Just moisten the suction cap. You can use water or glass cleaner. Now we're going to line it up with our marks. I'm just going to tack, not push completely onto our light square, but just mark it using our little spirit level. Just making sure that the spirit level is level this way. Now if it isn't, this end's a bit low, so I just moved it up. Okay, now the light square is level this way. So we're just going to push a little bit hard. Be careful not to put too hard. Right, you're working on glass here. Double check. If we've got our light shell level this way, we're going to level it the other way using our shelf. Just going to place it on and putting our level on top of the glass. Now it's pretty level as we speak here, so everything is in tune. Just going to wind these stabilising bolts up so that they're just touching the glass. So what that's going to do is stop the light square from any kind of movement. Now if we need to level the shelf up and tilt it forward, then we screw the bottom bolts up, and that'll move the bubble backwards, as you see. Undoing that will move the bubble back into position. Just putting a bead of Nano470. Now we're using the high viscosity here. We're using the high viscosity because it's a lot more viscous, which means that when we put it on, it's going to take a lot more time to run down the glass. Now we have ample time with working with this, even though this is a white light adhesive and there's lights above us. This adhesive will take a little bit of time to cure if the energy source is far away. Now what I'm going to do, I'm going to put the shelf on, but I'm just going to give it a little wiggle. And now what that does, it gets the adhesive flowing above the shelf and over the shelf. Once I've done that, I'll insert my light and into the groove on the shelf, and what this will do is cure the adhesive. Now I can see that my dribbles are going a bit milky, which means that they've cured enough for our shelf. Let's give it a bit of a wiggle, and it's feeling pretty solid. I'll turn the light off, and just by getting your fingers underneath those suction caps, I'll first of all wind your stabilising bolts out, and then get your fingers underneath the suction caps, the little flaps, and release the pressure of the suction cap and take it away. So the light adhesive we just wipe away, then using either a razor blade or a snap knife, we'll just scrape this away like such. Okay, the Light Square design by Nano470 allows us the flexibility of removing the light inside, and this is good because we can just, the Light Square is mainly used for getting this into position, tacking it into position, getting it level and square. Now we don't need it, all we need is the light out of it to do the second cure. Now because the first cure was mainly from underneath, but it will reflect off the glass and come back onto the joint, what I like to do is just do some curing from the top. So we'll just hold the light here for approximately 60 seconds and get a second cure from a different angle from the top, just to make sure that the whole joint is cured and nice and cured. And then we'll do the same from the bottom again, give it a second cure about 60 seconds from the bottom. Okay, we've done our second cure and we're quite happy with the strength of that. As you saw from the previous demonstrations, it can hold quite a load, a lot more than what the bathroom is going to give it, or a tin of hairspray is. What we're going to do is give it a final clean, and to give a final clean, what I like to use is just detergent and water. That's all this is, and this is a glass scourer, 3M delicate glass scourer, and we don't really need too much chemicals involved with this to clean it up. Like, you can use chemicals, you could use methylated spirits, you could use shellac, you could use adhesive remover and all of those fancy ones, but it's just with the scourer and detergent and water. Okay, we're ready to do the initial cure with our second shelf. Now we've taken our measurements down and measurements in, so that it lines up with our top shelf. Now this is toughened glass. It's 10mm toughened glass, flat polished. It's advisable that any kind of glass in a bathroom or wet area should be of toughened glass for safety reasons. And probably at a good height so nobody's going to hit their heads, particularly if you're going to do a shelf and a shower screen. Make sure they're up nice and high, but with this situation here, the glass, there's a bench in front of us, so we'll be fine. Just taking off our excess adhesive. Just give it a final clean. There we have it. We have some more room in our bathroom.